welcome to Obidati Family TV. The program now Hope Alive. Yes, Hope Day, and every day would they come out, they talk the same thing we be say would they talk, say Hope Day. And this hope, what would they talk about now for the people who believe say a new Nigeria day very possible. We will still believe say the new Nigeria where would they talk, they very possible. As our principal, Peter Obi don't talk. Say, make we get hope for that Nigeria. Say, it go come. As in the waka, they enter Supreme Court. Say, hope there. So, as we don't come out today, wherever on a day, obedience and well-meaning Nigerians, I greet on a morning, afternoon, and evening, depending on a time zone. We get plenty things where we go talk today, but the most important one where we want look say U.S. court where we say it dey sit for Northern District of Illinois. The judge don't hear the cry where we say Atiku Abubakar cry go meet them say they don't finish waiting then they do and the magomagomo where they do for the tribunal where they here and they don't give them either 14 days timeline. Abi the one where they give before say na 21 days timeline say that one no work again. Say na 14 days, made them for file their matter of appeal to Supreme Court. Now they kukuma go quick go meet this very court. And the court, for their own wisdom, no waste time at all. Now they come talk say yes, then come put the court say today will be Monday. Now then talk say they must file the things where CSU need, which be the Chicago State University. Waiting they need, say they must file them today. Then tomorrow, say court must sit. Then take Tinubu or in council, anybody will be say if they represent Tinubu, even if he no fit come for any reason at all. Say he must enter telephone, join the conversation for there. Say they must treat that matter. Tomorrow will be the 12th of September. 2023. Now that very one with the carry come plenty other things where we say if they happen as Abuja people, Samani don't talk say na 37 states now we get for Niger, but Abuja people don't carry their waka say they want make them get their own governor. Say cause say Tinubu even no get the required governorship percentage to rule them. That one they carry come plenty other things will be say a concern this judgment. And not be only me go talk all of these things here. I get Angel for studio. I get Esther and I get Princess. Plus our own UC Maxwell. Wait and that for Zoom. But make we start from studio. Angel.
Good day, my well-meaning Nigerians. My lovely and intelligent, obedient worldwide. Welcome on board. Tell your neighbor say hope day. Yes, there is hope. As soon as I don't hear say Abuja residents and the indigenous, they don't carry Samani go court. Say they need governor. For Abuja, they want sack Wike and many others. They never see anything. Welcome on board. Let's discuss.
Yeah, so my fellow obedient and well-meaning Nigerians worldwide, and welcome to another episode of Hope Alive. We get plenty news. We carry plenty news come for us today. Anyways, as we proceed, we go see as our the INEC select president where INEC give us. As he go in there over the weekend, we'll see as every other person they snap picture, come snap picture with Biden because they not say that they in an illegitimate occupant of that seat. Anyway, we no go anywhere. We not join us. Let's take this ride together.
Good day, well-meaning Nigerians and my fellow obedient worldwide. Tomorrow na the D-Day for the hearing in US Illinois. And we are hoping that U.S. court will not do like the tribunal for Nigeria. Hopefully, they will not do like that and give the right justice as it should. So join us as we discuss.
Yes, with that very one, and our own Maxwell, I go get to you now because the matter where we go first start to the talk, and the matter of this U.S. court, and the waiting sweet me for inside the court. Now the way and swiftness where they take react now be the thing where be say it touch me as Atiku they try to unravel that issue where we say they no even treat for tribunal because why we say they no treat them now because of the certificates wey be say first one for governor no dey, first one for secondary no dey. We no talk about the primary, so but na the one wey dey comot from Chicago now. And as dem come put am, dem talk say in person, say somebody must come and talk about this thing. Anything when you get to file, they even tell Chicago State University, say whatever you need to call for argument or anything, it must end today, say not tomorrow. And sake of say the timeline to this Supreme Court, e get as e take be, because Samani wey be justice wey rule all this thing, they talk say sacrosanct. I think that's why US, whether they won't help us this time to resolve the mystery wey be say e dey around, we no know within that day. So Maxwell, as you did they follow us for Zoom now, how you think about this horrible Jeffrey T. Gilbert wey be the judge wey be say e be like saying don't begin the act. E be like say you know like waiting in here for this very judgment. I know. What do you think?
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, well-meaning Nigerians around the world. Good afternoon, obedience. Mr. Kanu, good afternoon, and everybody waiting for studio. I greet each and every one of you. Well, the thing be say, no be because of anything. If you recall, when they carry this matter go court, they tell the court say the issues we follow for this matter are the ones where they won't use for the proceedings where they happen for Nigeria. That is for the election petition where they go on for Nigeria. And you go remember say you get some kind of language where they've been used for that document, say make them deal with the matter expeditiously, meaning say make them fast track the matter, make them do them sharp. And the judgments will come out from the Court of Appeal. Well, person fit talk say now one of the reasons we make them fast track them now, because of Atiku been done already get meeting with them, tell them say these particular documents we need, say they go dey necessary in case he need to go on appeal for the matter. And like you know, the Supreme Court supposed get 60 days where they go take here this appeal, deliver judgment on the matter. And inside these 60 days, no be the entire 60 days the parties go use file their documents. No be so it be. Inside these 60 days, the parties go need to file their notice of appeal. They go need to file some other arguments and everything. You know, this party go file, the other party go respond. So, and these things they go do and say between 20 days to 30 days. So they need to deal with that matter fast, because even when you file your notice of appeal, it gets some important things where you supposed highlight for that notice of appeal to take inform the court saying now why you carry this matter come appeal, why you carry the matter come court. And if you get new evidence, you know, so I've been don't talk say the evidence where Atiku they ask from the Chicago State University, these documents where they ask from Chicago State University, now documents will be say they feel use them on appeal, say they feel submit them. So if indeed they get intention to submit these documents, it then necessary say they get these documents as quick as possible, make them a part of their appeal, their notice of appeal where they could take tell the court. You remember say the Court of Appeal been through.
Okay, it be like say we lost Maxwell briefly, but make we come back to studio before he go come back, because we know say network just there wrong in different places. So Angel, you see how in the explain, and before he come back, in they try to explain say the timeline to Supreme Court and all the things will be say the lawyers supposed do before they go carry the matter go Supreme Court. It be like say the thing they very tedious. So that's why this court for US
make Atiku start on time. And you know say US na place where judiciary they work well. No be this our Niger where when you get money you go buy the judges put for your pocket. So they know the urgency of the case where Atiku get for hand, because this Supreme Court now be the last bus stop. So they need to give him that answer immediately.
Okay. Princess, I see said in the talk about exigency as you know, saying a big grammar as our own UC Maxwell take put and say exigency like the thing they urgent. You see how this thing just react US courts as then take react. What do you think? Because the people will be saying no be waiting, the thing no concern them, but they see the exigency according to the grammar. What do you, how you take
and
feel?
you even notice that it's actually a new judge that they brought in that court. That's why that they are actually making it look like this is like today, tomorrow, something. And they said that even if you not come physical, put call. So they are putting all, like they're going all around so that the excuse they gave in Nigeria will not happen there. So whatever the reason it is,
no technicalities.
No technicalities at all. They are trying to cut down anything that they might say this is the reason they did not come, this is the reason that this did not happen. No. You must send in something and they will pass out that judgment tomorrow. And we are hoping that the way they are going at it, hopefully it will actually be something positive that will happen tomorrow. Exactly.
And our own Esther, see your mother do more.
This will be say as they take that thing as matter of urgency, they're very, very good and they're very, very important. And now the kind of way would they pray, now functional and the kind better country where would they pray for. If you need anything, you go to court and you get it done easily without being compromised or without being delay, no delay.
John, okay. Yes. Still talking about US, Princess, when we started, you mentioned something about Biden taking a selfie and all that. It be like say Maxwell don't come back. Before we go for Biden taking selfies and we no see Tinubu for inside those pictures, make we first hear Maxwell out because it be like say network carry and throw away where the explanation give us. So Maxwell, you dey hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Mr. Kanu. Can you hear me?
Okay, carry the go. Our people just they miss you as you come out. So network.
All right, I apologize. Well, that's the network situation. So what they talk, they say the fact say one of the reasons why they come court, they inform the court say they go need to use this document for appeal and see say judgment don't already come out from the court of appeal where they go Supreme Court. So it is very necessary say they go fast track, the case so that they go know whether they go give them the documents or they no go give them. So now the situation be that. So we can say that this one to follow for a reason where it be say the court decide bring the dates closer. And say no be everything where all of us feel know for here. If it be say after this judgment come out, say the lawyers of article if you don't write letter to the court or write letter to the lawyers to take inform them say time don't they go, so that's why they can fast track them like this.
Okay, so what would they expect be say tomorrow all parties go talk with him be their own and then talk say today now they must be their then any filing the thing they very very sharply given and waiting surprise me now waiting this weekend now they give that very instruction on the order make these things happen and as weird law they work that thing must happen abi it must happen they must conclude everything where concern their filing today so that tomorrow they must get that in person or call in court session abi
the thing be say say the our judiciary still the I don't know whether to say we still they crawl or we don't they waka or waiting to talk. But the thing we did there be say when you look at the United States, they have a very good judicial system, at least to a certain extent, and we can trust them to fast track issues. No, before say for our Supreme Court for Nigeria here, you get cases for our courts for here, you get cases we don't they there 10 years, 20 years, 25 years, we be say they never hear the matter. So as it be like this, all these parties need to adhere with the order of the court, make sure say they file all their documents within the time where the courts don't give, so that they go be able to finish the matter. Because say another thing you go be say not be only say they want to make them finish this particular case for US in time. The timing for our own court for Nigeria also they affect that one. Because if the judgments no come quick, then what article say one use and do for here if they possible. So the courts for there they reasonable to even make this decision. Make them see say they fast track them.
Okay, thank you very much for that one. Our own analysts don't explain it, give us that very something. We thank the Jeffrey T. Gilbert Abi, the judge, where we say now in the seat for there, and the good things where we say then they do make Nigeria for the better. You understand me?
Yes.
Because now assistance now then they give us, not be say they must do them. So now that more then go decide whether then go allow us make we foresee the Tinubu's certificate or the requirements or waiting we carry and enter that school, make we for clear that part as we move towards the Supreme Court, so that we go know how the thing go take go. So with that very one, we go enter another matter where we say Angel mentioned for here, and also waiting Abuja people as dem talk say Wike no fit work for them, say Wike no go sound as a governor, so they need governor. And the thing they come from wetin Samani talk. But before we go into that, make Maxwell for explanate give us. I want make I bring on a wetin Samani talk and how intake talk am. Now the Samani waiting in that is Justice Samani will be saying I read this Court of Appeal document. Now I won't bring waiting in talk. Make it no be say make it no say na in the cost the thing where they go on now for Niger as people don't begin the demand. And even some people go still the demand for governors. He said in quotes, if the framers had wanted to make scoring 1/4 of votes cast in FCT a specific requirement, they would have made that intention plain. End of quote. This argument is utter childish and makes no sense to me. The framers said 36 states of the Federation and FCT, but Samani chose to call it 37 states, and he can't quote anywhere in the Constitution where he saw 37 states was plainly written. What other English can be explicitly plainer than 36 states and the FCT to Samani? Should this section 134(2)b be written in Hausa for him to see the phrase and get the meaning? If FCT was a state, since Samani loves plain language, the framers would have stated it clearly and plain, leaving no atom of doubt by saying in section 3, subsection 1 that Nigeria shall have 37 states and one of the states will be used for adopted as a capital. But there is nowhere in the Constitution where 37 states were plainly written or even mentioned. Samani interpretation has no place in law. It is pure judicial mischief. He ought not to follow the law, even if he doesn't like it, and then recommend the Senate to amend it. Clearly, he twisted the Constitution. Maxwell, before I come back to studio, now my own opinion when I talk, when I go see waiting in talk for that very place where they write for in destiny, they underlined in red. Now in judgment, now they bring comot. So when they talk about this 25% of Abuja say they want governor, if they want myself, may they reject the president where they talk say they give them, because they not be them select. You understand? Don't they elect the man? Whether the 19% in gate, you don't reach the percentage where you need to govern people states where they talk saying at 37 states. But anyway, Maxwell, you know pass us will be say there here now my own this thing I talk as that man talks saying at 37 states and I come mention and for in judgment. Now I bring them back, make you for talk before we go join that issue for studio.
Okay, thank you very much. You see, now one of the problem we see for our judicial system be this, where it be say the courts no go make proper and due recourse to the body of the law. And that is one of the reasons where we carry this matter, the appeal for Supreme Court. Sake of say we don't see say the court misdirect himself when he failed to really consider the literal interpretation of the provisions of section 134 of the 1999 Constitution. It is unfortunate say when I read that document, I see say they write 37 states for that document. It is very unfortunate. If to say the court even decide say what thing they go write there be say 37 entities or 37 territories, it is understandable. But for the court to add Abuja, make am state, come write 37 states, when the provisions of our constitution has not provided that. The number of states listed in the constitution are 36. Even they inside the first schedule to the 1999 constitution, now 36 states they list for there. So it is actually mischievous and totally callous of the court to have made this blatant error. How could the court have considered Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, as one of the states? Even if you want talk, say they no need to get 25%, talk them. But for you to come look us, tell us, say, we get 37 states for the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I hope, say, you know, Mr. Kanu, say people don't already hit the streets currently. Abuja residents don't already hit the streets. They request, say, then give them governor. And remember, say, Abuja gets only one person where they represent them for Senate. Will be saying a person for Labour Party, will be Ireti Kingibe. And this same person, now just one person. Other states of the Federal Republic of Nigeria get 3 people where they represent. Also, for the House of Reps, Abuja get only 2 people where they represent them. Other states get past this number. So if they very miscalculated, say the court go consider, say, Abuja no dey special. Then if they know they special, why you can't give them minister, you no give them governor? Why you no give them commissioners? The same way I hope, say, you know, Mr. Kanu, say all the states they appoint commissioners. Immediately a particular governor come into power, he go appoint commissioners, we go man some certain commissions where they equivalent to ministries for federal level. Why I can't they ask? Why be say they no allow them appoint commissioners for the Federal Republic of Nigeria? Section 299 for the Constitution talks, say, now only for 3 instances, now you feel look Abuja like, say, now what in the document talk with the Constitution? You know, to say Abuja be state. He say you feel see Abuja like, say, it be state. If I tell you, say, Mr. Wole Soyinka carry hair like, say, it be Maxwell, it means, say, Mr. Wole Soyinka don't talk to Maxwell. It's not possible now. So the idea be say, now only 3 opportunities, 9 Nigerian constitution don't give, say, you feel look Abuja like, say, it be state. Number 1 be say when you talk of executive powers. Number 2 be say when you talk of judicial powers. Number 3 be say when you talk of legislative powers. This one no mean, say, when you reach election, say you go come count Abuja, say, na state. Constitution say it be Federal Capital Territory.
Make I just interrupt you for a minute. The people will be saying, then they call them the framers of this constitution, and then call and say 1999 as amended. These people don't die finish. Now question I just they ask. I do not the person I write them. I mean the framers know they are alive, waiting there for their mind, waiting then they think when they put them, whether their intention be for it to have 37 states, then don't die finish. Because I know, say, Dino Melaya come out one time, talk, say, if follow do that construction of that very amendment and say, no be waiting, then carry for their mind. And I know, say, plenty other people will follow do that very amendment. They still there alive. Some of them still there for National Assembly. Now, waiting they happen for Nigeria. I beg, answer me. Others won't know too.
Mr. Kanu, the thing with the DBC, we no even need to go define the people who frame the constitution to know the intention of the constitution. See, you know, say now we they make the thing be like, say, plenty work the inside. When they make law, they make the law, say, make normal citizens feel interpret them. Now so they make law. Because Mr. Kanu, if you know sabi interpret law, for instance, traffic law, you no go know, say, red means, say, make you stop. And say the law talks, say, if you pass traffic lights, when you don't tell you stop, say you go pay 5,000 naira. You need to go court for court to interpret this one for you, Mr. Kanu. The laws were made so that every citizen, everybody who holds the book can interpret it and understand it. The only time when would they go court now when issues, disputes don't they say you they claim say that the interpretation be this, me I they claim say that the interpretation be this. So it go come be the court, now it go come settle the matter. And the court need to look the intent of the lawmakers, will be the mindset of the framers of the constitution, wetin they carry for mind when they do am. Mr. Kanu, remember say before 1999 constitution, we been get one other constitution wey been dey exist. And that constitution, they no write anywhere for that constitution say you must get 25% for FCT. And that time, FCT they exist. For 1979, FCT they exist. You understand me? So if to say they been want make it no day, they for no even change them when it comes to the 1999 constitution. But they change the law, come put and say you go get 25% for 24 states and the Federal Capital Territory. I don't know which other place they answer Federal Capital Territory for Nigeria apart from Abuja. So we don't already reason and we don't look the body of the law and we don't say the court misdirect itself. The court make mistake by coming to that kind of judgment where you go talk say na 37 states where we get for the federal. You know see Mr. Kanu, you know see that document before I round up. You know see for that place where he say 2/3 of 37 states of the federation, he can't put FCT Abuja inclusive. If to say FCT Abuja na state, wetin go make am put FCT Abuja inclusive?
Yeah.
If you say 37 states, you go just stop for there now. Wetin make am put FCT Abuja inclusive? So even these are the things about
myself, it. Them for put am for constitution say inclusive, just as him take put am now.
Thank you very much. Your mind don't they go with at the talk. Now, why the framers of the constitution no put FCT Abuja inclusive? Now be the question. So they no intend to include FCT Abuja for that 36 states where you go get 25%. They say you will get 25% for that 24. Then Abuja they different say you must get them. So since the matter don't go Supreme Court, we go see how the Supreme Court will take.
Yes, I go follow join Abuja people. Especially that man when we say in the joint issues with them, when they call them Kubia. That time where they even sue them go that time in they stand in for Abuja residents and all that. I hope they go continue the fight because that thing, as Maxwell take talk, the thing really they affect Abuja people because if no be states, if they talk saying a state, then be made them give them governor.
Yes,
made them sure say
from beginning to the end. They
yes.
should give them governor, give them
three
give them
senators,
exactly, commissioners, so everything.
Then they go appoint commissioners and all that.
Now the
all
consequences where these judges go face when they call black white.
Yes.
When an adult know if he say this thing. Now the truth. You
don't get one matter like that where go Supreme Court, where one man will be one whether a senior lawyer MB, where in come where about the be like saying na decision of Supreme Court on hijab. Then go give one kind Maxwell.
You won't talk now. If like say the thing come your mind. The same time where it come my mind. You see, it get consequences of judgment. I just want to talk that in. Now, Mr. Malcolm Ehobiri or something, I know how to pronounce his second name. Now, him be that lawyer will do that thing. You know, say, if you want to be part of an entity, and me, myself, I criticize that judgment that time. If you want to be a lawyer, they get dress code to be lawyer. If you no want to wear the dress code, then it good say you no go be lawyer. Simply go find another profession may you be. So law prescribe dress code. Now one girl, one lady can't go wear hijab for call to bar. Now they talk say they no go call her to bar. They can't carry the matter go court. Now the court can't talk say to stop her from wearing hijab means say they stop her from practicing her religion. And I look that judgment. That judgment has a lot of problem. Nobody force you come practice law. Nobody say may you know wear hijab when you go your mosque or when you go any other place. Nobody say may you know wear rosary when you go your church or wherever you want go. But when you want dress as a lawyer, they get regulated dress code where you supposed wear. So when they talk that they say it prevents them from practicing religion. Now Mr. Malcolm say him be traditionalist. And for your own traditional religion, they say may then they tie red wrapper. They say, then they wear tortoise for neck. They say, then they wear beads. Now you carry a mental inside court. If the court decides to run away from being a policy court, if the court decides to run away from giving us justice, and he go put hand inside Yamayama technicalities, now the kind thing we will go see for Nigeria be that. And believe you me, these things will not go away soon. It will continue to haunt us. Remember, I say other tribunals still dey on. Remember, I say election they come for Imo State, election they come for Kogi State, election they come for this other state, Bayelsa State. All these things follow for the matter. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that very one. As you don't call the man, now come now be the man, and we see how you take wear in own traditional wear. Come waka court, making sure they say na judgment where they give na so the thing be. Then so this Chris one could be why they talk will be in the help Abuja resident people because they need people who say go push them from behind. Yes. I know say na lawyer and you get one video where you just take for like interview where they interview him whether in talk about the Abuja people to come out. I don't know, but make we listen to waiting Chris Wakobia will be say in the champion issues for Abuja and the residents for there. Make we hear waiting and talk about the Samani onslaught on Nigerian judiciary.
Let me say very importantly that my brother here talked about the status of Abuja. Section 299. Go to IREV. No, the Supreme Court judgment on Section 299 on the status of Abuja talks about Abuja. We are not presumed. Just go can I just talks about Abuja clearly being presumed as a state on 3 accounts, not with respect to elections. Every state has its provision regarding elections. Please. Every state has its provision regarding elections, and you do not lump Abuja. Abuja does not have 3 senators. Abuja has 1 senator. Abuja does not have a governor. Abuja has a minister over Abuja. Abuja does not have a state cabinet. Abuja has a development authority. Abuja by the constitution is unique and special, and those who live in Abuja are not necessarily settlers. You have indigenes and you have people from different places. So for those who, if you read, no, listen, I'm talking, I'll let you talk. The fundamental issues is that when people decide, and it was Sir Walter Scott who said, oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. When we look at these issues, you don't sacrifice justice on the altar of technicalities. And that's the fundamental argument that I'm making here. If you wake up and tell me that regarding forfeiture, for instance, the present CJN of the country had ruled, and why didn't the court mention that ruling where he admitted in that case, Mohammed Abacha against the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He talked about forfeiture clearly as a punishment for an offense, or even in civil matters. Our Constitution in Section 137, subsection 1, talks about when you have forfeiture, either for criminal or civil offense, you lack the constitutional right to run for the office of president. So I don't understand where people get the validity for a judgment that is absolutely against the intent of the law, absolutely political, absolutely patronizing of the ruling party. But I say this to you clearly, and to Nigerians, that we will continue to test this whole, because ultimately what is important is that the man who must occupy the seat of power must not only be honorable, but must be seen to have won fair and square and according to the provisions of the law. What happened clearly without equivocation on the 6th of September was miscarriage of justice. It was judgment read to suit the puppeteer by the 5 puppets of the court.
The end game or just the preamble, na be that one we dey hear. And I know say this talk for Arise TV, it be like say they heated up, because when I watch the thing before, it be like say get somebody where him and Chris Wakobia they do drag for that
APC
very place.
Member now.
APC member, and it be like say that APC member, it be like say waiting in the talk, no.
Act smart as if he knows the law well, trying to do the same thing they did at the tribunal, misinterpreting the law law the way it is. So the man that is beside him, I think we should look at it.
It's the same thing that Angel normally say, that they only, when it favors them, they will want to interpret it to suit how it favors them.
Exactly.
But on our talks, okay, let's take a look at waiting in talk myself, so that let's take a listen. We'll come back to Maxwell to analyze both of them together. Let's take a listen to what that man from APC is talking about and what INEC guideline talks on that, especially from them, Abi?
From Festus.
From Festus Okoye.
Yes.
Okay, let's take a listen.
If you're speaking about the law, people were a little bit perplexed and puzzled in regards to the five-man panel led by Justice Simani and sections 52 and 65 of the Electoral Act, which granted INEC the freedom to prescribe the method of transmitting results. And you and I know there is no secret. There are video evidences everywhere where INEC vowed and insisted that electronic transmission of results is the only way out. And they decided to renege on their promises.
Okay. So quickly, please, because I wanted to address that area.
Okay.
When a provision of the law gives a discretion and somebody says, I am going to do it this way, on the day of that election, that same person comes to say, for the reason of force majeure, I can no longer do it that way. I will do it this other way. What the court would do, the court cannot take away that discretion, because it is not a discretion donated by the court, but by the law. And what the court simply said is, this unanimously, both the Supreme Court has said this, the Federal High Court has said this, the Court of Appeal has said this repeatedly. What the court simply said is, INEC has the discretion. The word didn't say shall. They said as stated by INEC. So if INEC gave a regulation and they are not able to comply with that regulation, does the law permit them that discretion? The answer is yes. That is what the law simply said. And then lastly on this, do you know that the same issue that we are talking about now, the Supreme Court, in the case of Osun, when the Supreme Court delivered judgment, those that are complaining today, we are celebrating on the same IREV.
Hello, Maxwell, I go cut this man short. As in they vibrate, I want to make you hear waiting Festus Okoye by his own mouth talk for this same section where this man just they route in mouth. Let's take a listen to the men INEC themselves. Waiting them talk. Whether they call them discretion, I be them talk saying a mandatory requirement of the law. Let's take a listen.
Section 47, subsection 2 of the Electoral Act 2022 makes it mandatory that to vote, the presiding officer shall use a smart card reader or any other technological device that may be prescribed by the Commission for the accreditation of voters to verify, confirm or authenticate the particulars of the intending voter in the manner prescribed by the Commission. So the use of the beavers is a mandatory provision of the law and is not an option of charity. The Commission does not have a discretion on whether to use the beavers or not. The law says that we shall and must use the beavers, and this Commission is committed to using the beavers because we spend so much.
Okay, so Maxwell, over to you. He said that the law makes it as a shall and makes more that is not discretional. And this man comes on national TV talking that is discretional. What make you tell us your own? Because this thing they vex me when I they hear from people who be say they suppose know better. They come up on national TV, they talk some nonsense. Tell us what you think, I beg.
All right, thank you very much. The thing we did there be say the usage of beavers machine is mandatory. That is guaranteed. For you to use beavers in the election, it is mandatory. But when you talk about the transmission, the electronic transmission, it is discretionary. So the main question here is not whether it is discretionary or not. That's not the question. Where a person has been given the authority to choose whatever the person chooses, and other people act upon his choice, he will be held liable or responsible for it. So, if I come to deliver a good to you, Mr. Kanu, and you tell me, say, make I put them outside, I tell you, say, make I put them inside, though. You say, no, leave it outside. You can keep it outside. Rain will not destroy it. Now, your choice to tell me whether make I put them inside my house or to leave them outside. If I leave them outside and rain beat and destroy them, now you don't already give me that discretion. So, as far as I don't do them, now you go, they liable to bring the narration home. INEC was given the discretion to choose whether to electronically transmit or to do anyhow that they want. And INEC came on national TV. You hear Festus Okoye, they talk am. He tell us, say, okay, we don't choose, oh, and this thing what we choose, because we don't choose, it don't become mandatory. So anything where they give you discretion to do, immediately you don't use that your discretion, choose, that thing will become mandatory. Because for law, they say, you know, if you approbate and reprobate at the same time. It means, say, you know, if you affirm, can't still deny again. It still means, say, you know, if you talk yes now, can't still talk no later. It can't still mean again, say, you know, if you blow hot now, can't still they blow cold at the same time. You must choose one. If you say you go electronically upload, it means, say, yes, you go electronically upload. And the parties acted upon this promise, acted upon this provision of the law, and they come out, they bring out candidates, people go collect PVC, and they come out and came to vote. Not be only that one, Mr. Kanu. Remember, I said this same Mahmoud Yakubu go meet National Assembly, tell them, say, them give them over 300 billion naira, Nigerians taxpayers' money. Say he won't use them for beavers, and he won't use them take upload. So the question come be say, where Mahmoud Yakubu keep the money when he collect to take transmit live from the polling units, electronically transmission. You know, give money, you know, do transmission. Court come they tell us, say, na discretion, and he don't change your mind. For where you change your mind? They go for national TV, can't tell us, say, they go do electronic transmission. They still go back to the same national TV, can't tell us, say, they no go do them again. They just decide for their room, for their house, for their bed. No, now, the law is not like this. The law is not to make people foolish. It is to create orderliness in the society. So now, so that man was just speaking out of sheer sentiment and bias for the APC and Tinubu who in the support. Nothing that he spoke has its foundation on the provisions of the law.
Yes, and that's what we take Siam. Again, when you talk about the money where they give INEC chairman where in carry go eat, they never give account of how that money take waka. They don't begin they prepare to do another governorship election where they plan to rig everything. People were there for Kogi, whether na Abia, na Kogi, Imo, and another place again where they want to do Edo, I think, by election, yes, where they want to do. Other one, make on when on day there, on a no say na rig, they want rigam. If on a no, make on a no say we talk say na rig, then go rigam. So as far as on a still get that man where is he done for dear, he go rigam. So anything where on a want do, whether on a want come out, exercise your franchise, no problem, make on a go do. But as far as Yakubu day there, then go rigam, na the same thing, na it go still happen. And not be only us they talk. Even where Mahmoud Yakubu waka go enter UK for waiting, then they call that place where then they broadcast everybody. They go talk truth. When go live for them, say in go do everything one hand. Say go show Nigerians.
Chatham House.
Chatham House. Yes, and I get them. When they follow me, they go now. The one where I forget, and I go remember me. Chatham House. When I remember Chatham House, I remember this Galloway, waiting and talk about Tinubu. Because Tinubu go there, go talk. You understand me? As he talk finish, they hear waiting he talk, and then begin they do investigation. And they get waiting that man talk. The name way he take column, get some certain assurance where we say he don't do investigation. To they certain say
he know him very well.
I don't know about to know him very well, but
no,
we don't do research Tinubu very well to give him that kind name. Crook. and other things when calling inside. Make we listen to them. Make you no be say na me talk am, because waiting the rem for them now when somebody talk for inside democracy, we dey come to that our own person will be saying a reportera person we won't talk. We then carry and go, and even court give order, they no response. We will come to that one. But make we quickly hear waiting this British former parliamentarian, I do waiting they call him, member of parliament, as he take talk on Tinubu. Let's take a listen. This one just happened. No be the old one. Now with David Hunde in, now then talk that one. Let's take a listen.
Look, there's no question of me taking a step back. I'm merely hosting a show in which all kinds of people are invited. Every 5 minutes, I invite everyone to call the show to give their point of view. And you just have, very succinctly indeed, you have taught me something. I had absolutely no idea that Tinubu was from the Yoruba people. That's the only good thing about him. And my contempt for him has zero to do with the fact that he's a Muslim, and zero to do with the fact that he comes from the Yoruba people. These two things are the only two good things about him. I'm against him because he's a crook. I'm against him because he's a thief. I'm against him because he's a bagman for the bigger thieves. In Chicago, Illinois, I'm against him because he forged his election papers. I'm against him because INEC forged his victory in the election. Am I supposed to turn a blind eye to all these things? Because he's a Muslim, because he's a Yoruba, because this may lead to ill feeling to his people? When I express my contempt for Rishi Sunak, I'm not hating on Indian Hindus. I'm hating on Rishi Sunak for everything except the fact that he's an Indian Hindu. I parked that. I have no interest in that. I'm against Sunak for a whole range of other reasons. I'm against Tinubu for a whole range of other issues. Now, I invite all points of view to enter this debate over Nigeria. If we had a Moats Africa, we could do it exclusively every week on that show tailor-made for the African audience. But we don't have that, so we can't talk about Nigeria every single week, every single show. But we had David on in advance of the court decision. We've now had him on after the court decision, which I followed closely, and which was every bit as farcical as David Hundian described it. What are we supposed to do? Not do so? Accept that the greatest African country is run by a crook? A forger? No, I will never accept that. I have too much respect for all the peoples of Nigeria.
Aside from the name, so we say this man, they call Tinubu. The another thing we be say strike me is in the talk about the Prime Minister of UK, of United Kingdom. You understand me? And no be saying about fear. And that one reminds me, he said they can call him different things, but he's not going to touch on his being an Indian, you know, a Hindu, but he's talking about anything that is wrong that the man talk. And we are seeing places where democracy works. That one reminds me about what is happening in Nigeria. People like us, when we talk, they just come and say they will arrest you just for saying something on social media, like one of our own. So I'll be coming to you now, Maxwell. I heard something that is very disheartening, that one of us, some people who just want to bring out news that come out, even when it is online, and even I heard that the guy has been granted bail by the court. That is the one we say they pay me. say this guy court don't talk say make dem leave am. Say him get right make it dey come court by himself. They continue to, is it that this federal government say na only us wey be the poor people wey dey for Nigeria or ordinary Nigerians, na dem go dey force us to obey court order, then they no go obey court order? I no understand. And I think say na dem go dey show example to the obey court order. You know, so I saw this very something and saw the court order that the guy should be released. So it doesn't matter what the guy has said, whether he said Tinubu is a fool, whether he said he is an idiot, it does not really matter. What matters, I think, is that a court of competent jurisdiction has actually said that they should discharge this guy so that they can continue to do what they are doing. So Maxwell, please, he is one of us and we are dedicated to this thing. So I need you to talk on this very particular thing. Make our people explain it, know how waiting happen, and very quickly why court orders must be obeyed by the federal government.
All right, thank you very much. Now, the situation surrounding this Chike Ibezim's case is actually unfortunate. There was a news that came out that Babatunde Raji Fashola was writing court judgment, that is the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal judgment for the justices. And these allegations were made by a particular independent journalist, and Reportera News now carried it that reported it that a certain independent journalist is alleging that Fashola is writing judgment for, you know, the justices of the Court of Appeal. So I feel that this is just a political, you know, witch hunt, because instead of arresting the individual who made the allegation, probably because the person is not within their reach, they can't run, go carry the person, we publish am for in Twitter. Now, Reportera is owned by the brother of this person that is arrested. So Babatunde Raji Fashola instituted, you know, informed the police about it of a criminal defamation or things around it. And instead of arresting even the person that reported it on Reportera, they went and arrested his brother. And this is more than 35 days to 40 days or thereabout that they have kept this young man in the cell. There has been no prosecution, absolutely nothing. Now, what happened is that they have also gone to court to request for the bail of this young man, Mr. Chike Ibezim. And the court has granted that this man should be released on bail. Not once, but twice. Two different courts gave an order that the police should release this man, and they have refused to release him till today. What is the meaning of this impunity in Nigeria? Remember that it is this same APC under the leadership of Muhammadu Buhari where he was recorded to have disobeyed over 50 court orders, more than 50 court orders. Muhammadu Buhari disobeyed it, he disrespected it. And Mr. Kanu, remember, say Tinubu tell us saying go continue from where Buhari stopped, and he has started because they are already disrespecting court orders. Tinubu is the chief of the armed forces, all armed forces in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So anything, any IG of police, any DPO that is misbehaving can only be attributed to the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. So this is what we see. This is the impunity we see. And then they keep on maltreating this guy, stopping him from seeing his family members, you know, and no release whatsoever. It's actually unfortunate. And we are lending our voice to this situation and saying that the police should free Chike Ibezim, free him to go home now, tonight, as I'm speaking. Because this is an assault on democracy. We are not practicing democracy if we continue to do this kind of barbaric attitude against our own citizens. It's actually unfortunate.
unfortunate. And our people, you know, say our own now to come out to the talk how these things take be. And our time don't they give us signal, and the signal make we quickly begin the carry our carry. But before we go, you get other things so we say we won't tell on our way they're very important. The journey to a new Nigeria, we just change the gear, make una know. So if you they change gear, make you for follow us to the go. Make you like and share the video, make other people know. There is no relenting. Our principal talk say make we no go back, say make we no despair. And I know wetin that one mean for grammar. Say make we no day weak. So every day we come out with the hope where they alive. If you talk say Nigeria, they sweet you as we take be. I beg, make you there for that your side. There for that your corner. We no get issues with you. But we will be say we no like how they take go. Food, people no fit see it because of waiting, embezzlement. Right now, then they talk about palliatives. If you go even for north, for everywhere, where they won't give people rice go fall for grand. People go, they still, they rush to enter, collect the rice. Angel, I won't make you for chook your mouth inside very quickly before we carry our kaya come on for studio. But people to hit the streets, no be we go tell na hunger go drive you. You will talk say na this very APC government go give you the new Nigeria. Hunger go drive you come out for streets. And that very street where you come out, now for there the action go come out. So make you for like if you be obedient or well-meaning Nigeria, well want the new possible Nigeria. Make you for like and share. You they see people they pack rice with sansan. No be saying yesterday, oh, now waiting just they happen. Make I carry my gift, Angel. Make you for help us round up and carry us come out for studio. But action must be taken. Angel.
My obedient and lovely family. You know say, no be to support person because him be your tribe person or your religion. Na him be the matter. No. Na the aftermath. Now the consequences wey go follow that person wey you know say this person no be better person. This person no go carry us go for the better Nigeria where everybody know say food go dey cheap. See as papa and mama, sister and brother, they drag sand with rice. But if to say they support good governance, this judiciary where they do this thing now, they no go do am. Because they say court is the last hope for a common man. And my question can be, is it true? Is court really the last hope for a common man or for person wey get money? Because if we no get am right now, my people, it go hard. Bulgari own, I no won't qualify am because that thing where we suffer for Bulgari time, it go be child's play for waiting go happen for this Tinubu time. 8 years now we dey talk about to me una see am rice with sansan na they drag. My well-meaning Nigerians, like, share and subscribe. Make other obedience they hear wetin dey happen. Make other Nigerians, well-meaning Nigerians, we need a better country. Yes, because we need them. After this judgment now, where tribunal do this thing where they do, say they disgrace themselves, no be Nigerians. If you see wetin Nigerians where they abroad, they suffer now, you go just pity them. We need to rise up right now so that Supreme Court no go do this thing where judiciary people for tribunal do. We appreciate you. We love you. But God loves you more. Bye for now.